1998, I was living in Manchester, New Hampshire. I had met this beautiful girl, and I was ready to ask her to marry me. So I knew that I needed to do something big and special to capture her heart, to seal the deal, to get a yes when I popped the question. And I'm a kind of a go big or go home kind of a guy. So I was working like 2-3 jobs, hustling hard on the side to earn the money I needed to buy the biggest, most grand ring I could possibly afford. $3,000 is what this ring cost. And it was handcrafted by Bellman's Jewelers over there in Manchester, on Elm Street. And I would go in there, blood, sweat, and tears. I still have scars today from doing the work to earn the money for that ring. I mean, literally scars on my hands. And I would go in there $1,000 at a time, and I would lay it on the man's desk because I was sure that one look at me, he did not believe I was going to get there, that I was never going to purchase this ring. So I'd come in and I'd lay my stack of $1,000 on his desk, and I'm like, I'll be back, I promise. By early fall of 1998, I paid off the ring and I had it in hand. And I was ready. So I was ready to pop the question. But again, I wanted to do something interesting, something truly unique, something memorable that she could not say no to. So there's a place up in Manchester called Rockrimmon. Anybody been to the top of Rockrimmon before? Yeah, praise be to God. A lot of teenagers go up there. We won't mention what they do when they get up there. But I decided what I would do, because see, my wife is Portuguese. Now, if you know anything about Portuguese, they have a fascination with seafood that I will never understand. But nonetheless, I knew that I could impress her with seafood. So I had an oak dining room table. It literally weighed 1,000 pounds. It was so heavy. I carried the table to the top of Rockrimmon. I did, it's true. All of the oak chairs to the top of Rockrimmon. I placed on that table a red tablecloth. And on that red tablecloth, I put bone white china plates. And then I put in the middle a silver candelabra with red candle tapers. And now I did recruit help. I wasn't alone in the conspiracy. Her brother did assist me with this plot. So while I went to go pick her up, she did not know where she was going or what was about to happen. My co-conspirator was getting the food up there, red lobsters, to place on those bone white plates. Now, when I picked her up, I had to come up with some crazy story as to where she was going and what we were doing. And I told her that it was a work dinner, a very special work dinner, that she had to be blindfolded. She could not know where she was going. Yeah, she didn't go with that very well. But nonetheless, after some arguing and cajoling, I did get the blindfold on her. And then I drove her around town. I did not want her to know, so I couldn't drive in a straight line. I didn't want her to connect the dots. So I was making lefts and rights and just meandering. And I ended up at Rockrimmon, still blindfolded. I carried her up to the top of Rockrimmon just as the sun was setting over the horizon, hanging just above Manchester. In the coolness of the evening with the purples and reds and violets. I mean, it was perfect. And this was 1998, okay? This was a full decade before LED technology. Inside the white leather ring box was a light bulb that shone directly on the ring and the diamond. Now, if you young men are ever going to be called to the vocation of marriage, this is a pro-level tip. It will make the diamond look bigger than it actually is. You see what I'm saying? So if you just hedge the bets, you know what I'm saying? So the sun was setting. All of the teenagers were off to the side like, whoa, man, what are we doing here? Like, what is going on? And then I get down on my knee, and then I open the ring box up, and the light is shining on the princess cut diamond ring. And I tell her to take the blindfold off, right? I did tell you she's Portuguese, right? I mentioned that part? Okay, so she looks down at me and the ring box, the white, grand, leather, awesome, oh, all of it. And then she looks over and she sees the table with the red lobster. And she says, ooh, lobster. That's a true story. That actually happened. And I'm like, ahem, and I was like, I lifted up even further, right? Because I'm on my knee and I'm like, will you marry me? And she says, oh, of course, yes, yes. And I'm hugging, she's hugging, it's amazing, we're kissing, it's fantastic. And we sit down for our meal as the sun was setting, and she does something that to this day, I can't get the sound of it actually out of my head. She sucked on that lobster. And I'm like, I'm from Texas. It comes deshelled in garlic butter, okay? I don't know what you're doing to that thing, but it ain't right. That's all I'm saying. I should have asked those questions. Those are very valuable discernment questions ahead of time. How do you eat shellfish? Could you demonstrate for me, please? Like, you should know these things about somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. But nonetheless, we're sitting there and she's eating. She said yes. I'm feeling very relieved by this whole stressor. Like, whew, okay, we're past the hard part. And then she's like, you're going to have to become Catholic, right? I was like, I'm sorry, what? What was that? One more time? She says, you're gonna have to become Catholic. I'm Catholic, I was raised Catholic, you're gonna have to become Catholic. Yeah. I sat there and I thought, I didn't consider that.